So, my dear Capricorn, this is your reading for the month of Aquarius, and that means that the Sun in Aquarius is giving the light to the Moon, which is in your sign. For me, each time when the Sun is in Aquarius, I feel that we get a glimpse into the future, because we have a cycle that goes left spinning, and that's why also she is pointing to the left. Some look straight at us and some point into the right. So this wobble that the Earth does, and I'm going to show it to you on the picture, is that here these arrows are the right spinning rotation of the Earth every 24 hours. And then, of course, at the same time, the Earth spins around the Sun in 365 days, and that's also right spinning. But up here, we can see that the Earth is spinning to the left, a very slow wobble, which lasts 25,800 years, and that we divide as well through the 12 zodiac signs. And so we get an age. And currently we're moving from the age of Pisces into the age of Aquarius. And an age is important because it lasts 2,150 years. We're influenced by Aquarius now, which is the technology that we're getting. And also, if you look about it, the age of Pisces was the dream world, was the fantasy, was the subconscious. And of course we know theater, but now the movies is a collaboration with Aquarius. And so there was a whole new moment that started already when we started to have photographs and movies, because these machineries didn't exist before. So in a way, this is the overlapping between Pisces and Aquarius. Now, you are the 10th house of social status. You're attached sometimes to the material world or to your status, but you are able to liberate yourself here through the third eye. And the Aquarius is the 11th house of friendship. You are ruled by Saturn. Saturn is the teacher, is the father. And Aquarius is ruled by Uranus. And Uranus is the revolution. And the revolution is happening, is coming to us, that we all become now, rather than being part of a big pack of fish, we are now becoming more smaller groups that are shining like a star up in the sky. So you can see the influence now on Aquarius to you. Both of you are somehow naked. You are very free, very liberated. Yeah, naked. It's really, these days, not so easy anymore just to be naked. People immediately put labels to you. So here is Santolan Asana, the side plank that I gave to Aquarius, to the star, falling through the hexagram, and through the third eye we can see the crown chakra and then become the star here on earth. And you are the dancer pose, and you are dancing yourself up in your social status. And I would like to bring that more towards you than this quite difficult energy, right? But I guess the church had to give someone the little bit of the negative side, so they gave it to you. Your court card is the Queen of Pentacles. You are facing the left spinning cycle. So you know, your soul knows about these big cycles. And you are the one that takes care of the money. You are very loving and caring about the material world. If your birthday is between December 12th and January 8th, this is, of course, your court card. If not, please look in the description below. I have listed all the court cards, and of course, all the cards that I'm using. I have 13 major arcanas, because I'm doing a right spinning reading. And on your full moon, you get the left spinning reading, which is a soul reading. And there you get all 22 major arcanas. It's important that we understand that the sun gives the light to the moon, and the moon is the subconscious. And so when we recognize that just this in itself is a story, right? That's then also giving the power to this reading. And so we're going to have a look what Aquarius Sun wants to tell you. So on the position of the Fool, which is soul energy, that you feel very clearly, very strongly, the fact that you want to go out and have adventures. This is Sagittarius, and Sagittarius is right before you. So you might have a little bit of an influence of Sagittarius in you, and he's going into the right spinning path. Sagittarius is the only one that can hold this kind of power, and I feel like you are developing this kind of power to hold a horse that goes up, right? Because the body part of Sagittarius are his thighs, and he can hold this kind of horse. So you are wanting to go and have this idea of, I want adventure, I want to go out there, I want to enjoy myself. On the position then of the Magician comes the Wild Woman, and yes, you are wanting to go and be adventurous, want to be wild, you want to be out there. Comes the number 62, which is then calculated together an 8, and you can see the 8 above his head. And so the 6 is, first of all, the self-love, the lovers, and the 2 is the High Priestess, the intuition. Intuitive, you know that this is something that you now need. You need to go and enjoy yourself and have fun and be wild as you can be, because then you step into the 8, and the 8 then becomes a state of consciousness that knows that everything is infinite. And that this kind of strength that you are getting through Sagittarius, the 8, the strength to be whoever you want to be. And if it's like this, it's like, this is my inner feeling of a spark that the soul is giving me, and then I have the inspiration to just act upon it. And she's looking up. It's almost like she's like, yes, up there are the birds flying high, and she's like dancing, and she's like having fun. On the position of the High Priestess comes the King of Wands, which is very interesting, because I mean, this is your intuition, right? The High Priestess brings intuition, and you had the Knight of Wands, and now you have the King of Wands. So it's almost like something happened here. You let go of the one that's searching for the inspiration, for whatever it is that you're searching for that wildness, and you express this wildness, and now you can become a king, and the king is facing the left spinning cycle, the same that you are facing. And so for some reason you get mature, and you really see that the Prince of Chariot of Fire, right? Because the kings here in this deck are princes. They have to become a king. And so there is then something that gets established in this wildness, in this adventure. And that's your intuition. Your intuition knows that something is establishing itself now, because these are all state of consciousness in your head. And you are feeling that very strongly now, that you are arriving. And then on the position of the Empress comes the Hanged Man. Le Pendu, these are French cards from Oswald Wirth. And both schools are created 1888, which is 3 times the 8. 1 the Magician, right? And then 3 times the 8. So there comes a 3-3 portal, but this is the 3 as the new one, and then we have a 1 and a 2. We have the Magician speaking to you again. You have this ecstatic, wild energy that you are exploring, brings a state of consciousness to you. And the sexual energy on the position of the High Priestess is then also the number 2. You are really feeling that something is shifting you profoundly. And yes, this state of consciousness is saying, let go of everything that you think you know. Then here are the legs of Jupiter. And very interesting is that Sagittarius is ruled by Jupiter, the wise one, that one that brings us the lessons. And so here you hang upside down, and these are the 7 stages to the crown chakra in the chakra system. And then you have these 10 coins, one out of a silver and one out of a gold one, streaming out of you. And you put yourself in this position. It's not that someone put you in this position. And then comes you. And it's almost like you see how the money is flowing out of you. But because you have 1 coin here on your lap, you know for some reason that things will come back. It's almost like maybe you letting go of a lot of money in this adventurous search of yours, right? All this cost money. But the experiences that we can create, even though it costs something, it's what the soul wants. The soul wants to experience this life, right? It doesn't like to be stuck. And so that's why you're getting this feeling of like, I need to go out there, I need to be adventurous again, I need to put myself upside down, I need to go crazy, I need to be the wild woman. Yeah. So already there's a 2-2 portal in a way, right? There's a 2 in this card and there's a 2 here. Okay, so let's continue. Then comes on the position of the Wheel of Fortune, which is Jupiter. This interesting card, the number 44, portal right there. This is the quiz of life, and that's what Jupiter does with us, right? He brings us lessons, he brings us situations so that we can grow. And the 44 is interesting because it's like, be creative in your responsibility. And there is something that you maybe see only because you are hanging upside down here. So if I put this card here now, he's kind of like, okay, I am in a state of consciousness that brings to me a lot of crazy things, and so now the ship is up in the tree and you are trying to come down. Meanwhile, you need to go up. And so the reverse energy there, it puts a lot of pressure here in your head. And of course, fire is like creating a lot of pressure and initiation in a person, the same way here, right? This is air and fire, and Sagittarius is fire and fire. And Leo, right? Leo is like this passionate energy, and that's also the strength of the number 8. So I think you know what this means, right? Because you're in a state of consciousness that is like upside down, and you kind of know what this means. That here the strand, that feeling that you get is something that's just in your head. You just have to shift your perspective and look at this from a different perspective. Because then you understand that you can do something about this. You can change that. You can change that state of consciousness. And then on the position of the Hanged Man comes the Agrine. Agrine. It's a stone I didn't know about, and it's the number 1. So here the Hanged Man is letting you know that this is a new beginning. So you have a 1-1 here. And this new beginning is speaking to you about integrity, solidarity, and that people believe what you are actually doing, and that people can count on you, and that you are now taking care of the consequences of whatever it is that you want to do. Believability, right? So it's like kind of this situation here is creating a discord in you, right? He's hanged upside down, and then the ship is in the tree and the anchor is going down, and you're like, what is going on? And then so here now comes this stone, the number 1, and the portal in itself is giving you an understanding that, okay, 2 times the creativity, the 4, the responsibility to take your life to the next level. Responsibility and trusting. And then comes on your position the Moon. And the Moon is really literally saying, yes, look deep within yourself, in your subconscious. And it's really interesting. I see now this square, and it's almost like this is the stone that you're attached to, and you don't like that. It's really interesting. It's almost like you don't like that what I just read here. Sorry. But that's what it's saying. Integrity, solidarity, and belief. That we believe you. And maybe it's really something that, how much can people really trust that? Because we like to be attached to the material world. We like to be attached to cycles. The absolute liberation, I think, is almost too much for us. There is fear in freedom, because freedom means now what I'm going to do with it. And in your subconscious, because that's what the Moon is, it's almost like you need to let go of the age of Pisces, and it's really difficult for you because you maybe grew up in the age of Pisces, and now you are recognizing that there are huge changes coming upon us, right? That we have to integrate into our lives, and the young generation, they are born into it. And there is a certain generation, like for example, my parents, they don't know how to work the computer. It's like I showed my father, but he's like, it's too much. It's like he can't get in there. And so, yes, there's a certain attachment to a certain way of living, and still now deliver the integrity. And then you see how she is looking at you, and she's like, yeah, you gotta let go of the age of Aquarius. You really gotta let go and recognize that there is now something shifting and changing. On the position of the Tower comes the fire ant. And it's very interesting because this is fire and this is fire. So more fire. either focus. If you focus, this is what the Tower is telling you. The crown is falling. You wearing that kind of crown, right? You're wearing a yellow crown, and the yellow crown is falling, and this is Mars. Mars is fire, is the warrior. So there's something in you that says either focus or watch what's happening here. Watch that there is an energy that is pushing you too far. And something is changing and shifting, and that's what the Tower is about. The Tower is about letting go of old beliefs, old structures. And so the moon gets the light from Aquarius, and this new age is pushing you either to react sometimes in certain situations that you feel like, I don't understand this, or it's letting you know that now I gotta learn and focus. And then on the position of the star, the Aquarius, comes Justice, which is Libra. And this focus brings then you to this position. And both of them face the left spinning cycle. So it's like it's a soul energy. It's like they both know justice is a man-made word. There is no justice. There is just chaos and order and chaos and order. And that we have to find our balance. Constantly find our balance and look from high above down and see that that's what the star brings to you, right? Aquarius is a star, is up in the sky, and he sees the bigger picture all of a sudden. And there is a Libra helping you to see a bigger picture. Because Libra is an air sign, so Libra understands the age of Aquarius. And you are an earth, right, sign. And it's really difficult for you to understand that lightness. Because you are the social status, you're climbing, you want to go up, but you can only go up through the third eye. And then comes on the position of the moon, which is in your sign, the desire or this longing to create a contract. The number 7 comes up, and of course this is the 11, and now here you have, with this agrine, 3 times 1. And 3 times 1 is the power in the crown, the power in the first chakra as that nationality, as that foundation. How are certain buildings built? And so 3 times 1, and you have a 1 here. And you have a 1 here, which is the 18, which then becomes a 9. So in a way you have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 times the 1, which is communication. And the communication, you need to write that down, which becomes now a 7. Speaking to you about what is it that you want truly in your life and how to create a sacred contract. A covenant, and a covenant is something really that you make with your soul. And so the 7 can be the crown in the chakra system, right? But in the tree of life, the 7 is a challenge. Always these shifts, right? One school says, well, we do the chakra system. One school says we do the tree of life system. May go from 1 to down to the 10. And the chakra goes from 1 up to the 7, 8, 9, 10 as well. So maybe you got to see a bigger picture. You got to see from above, because this is where the moon comes in and brings you the subconscious desire to write down a contract with your soul. because she is really deeply connected to the moon. This is the age of Pisces. The age of Pisces is here in the moon. And so we can see that, right, the moon is this longing to evolve, is this longing to grow. And then comes on the position of the sun, which is of course in Aquarius, home, the number 11. So you have actually an 11-11 portal, a clear 11-11 portal, so 4 times the one, with then 1, 2, 3 times the other ones. But this is an 11-11 portal, framing this sacred contract. Wow, I mean, it's almost like speaking to you in a very deep level. Watch what you're signing, because you also have then here this one. So these are the clear ones. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 times the 1, and then you have in the 12 and in the 18 again a 1. So that means 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 times the 1. Wow. I mean, it's like, you see how the numbers really also tell a story. So you really are pushed to a very, very powerful place. And recognize that. Recognize that your soul wants that. Your soul wants now to work with Aquarius, with the age of Aquarius, and you want to make a contract with the soul, because that's what Aquarius is about, right? So now Aquarius is bringing here the home, the safety, the fire, the comfort, the hearth. And the hearth is the fireplace that existed for millions and millions of years, that where the people meet. And that's an 11. That's a portal for you, a very important portal. That then on the position of the last judgment comes here again the moon. Look at that. And the moon is giving you the direction that now you go into the right spinning path. And this is the state of consciousness saying, wake up, wake up. This is a calling for your dreams. Watch your dreams. Watch, maybe you make a contract in your dream, and watch what's happening in your dream. You are dreaming. You are having important dreams. Write everything down. I think that's what I'm getting. It's not that you make a contract with a person. You're making a contract with yourself, and you're writing down your dreams, and you got to realize that now your soul, I'm just going to put this down for a moment, is literally bringing you a lot of important information. And the dream is saying, connect to your intuitive dream world of metaphors and symbols. The number 16. Again, a 7. So you have a 7-7 portal. 2 times the 7 is being creative in the crown chakra, but also in the difficulties that the 7 brings. So listen to your dreams, right? Write them down, because the message is very clear. I think this is going to be the picture in the front. Listen to your dreams. They're important, because on the position of the world comes the 4 of Swords, which is Jupiter in Libra, and you had Libra. If I put Libra here right now, I'm just going to put this down. You got to see that now even meditation, going deep within into your dream world, is going to help you to create whatever it is you want to create in this dimension. In this 3, this is a 1 and a 2, the 21. And we have here, of course, the 2 most powerful people, which is the Magician and the High Priestess. It's like a couple. And together they create the world, they create the number 3, the new 1. And so here, Jupiter in Libra, you're recognizing now that Libra is helping you to find these new ideas that are coming through Aquarius, and you can find them and you can connect to them through the Jupiter in Libra, and Libra has come on the position of Aquarius and is giving you through the Sun, right? Here then, I'm going to put this in between. That home, and basically that you do everything for your home. And so then you can go deeper in your dreams and write down what it is that you see. And know that you want to shift the life from this crazy adventurous point of view, right, into a deeper connection. I mean, the Sagittarius is also quite a philosopher, so there is this wanting to learn, but nevertheless this is very much adventure, right? And so your adventure goes into creating the life here. And so here comes a 4 again. And so deep inside you can recognize this 3 times 4. 3 times the power to have your responsibility in knowing why you're stranded, and you will find the answer in your meditation. Very important that you understand that. And so here you are learning to reconnect to that, because it's very interesting, because the 8 here in the 18 is like the 8-8. But then here there is then a 9, a completion happening, that you are really dancing with the moon, that you're connecting with the moon, and that the moon is bringing you the information, and that now the dreams are really important. And so here it is. Here is the importance to really look deep within. And then of course also her. Maybe I put her. Let's see. Wow, I hope I see you in the next one, because then we have the Sun in Pisces. So we get the Age of Pisces coming, and the Age of Pisces has spoken to you very clearly. The Age of Pisces, it's almost like saying, yeah, we have to let go. We have to deeply let go. And the dreams, your dreams are very important. Write them down. It's very important to know why your dreams are communicating with you. Because, I mean, that's the Age of Pisces that's leaving, and so you're getting still a lot of information from that age. And every age is important, not just because now the Age of Aquarius, because we're going into the Age of Aquarius. Every age is important, but really recognize now that the message is coming through your dreams. So I thank you so much for being with me. Namaste.